There we go. So we'll see what sort of lane setups we're going to be starting with. And sort of overall, I mean, it is a game with a Spectre in. Does that necessarily mean that this is a game where if Na'Vi don't end it by a certain point, Mudgolems will sort of have the clearer path to victory in the late game? Or you do think Na'Vi's roster does fall off here if it goes too long this game?
I mean, they do. The thing is, they do have good damage and all that. They do have like the Pia on the Lesh, who they're gonna pump out damage later stages. I just look at Dispersion and, you know, like Leshrac at some point, you're gonna have a BKB. Once your BKB gets low, it's bound to happen. You're just gonna get eaten by these heroes. They're gonna get like Mudgolems at some point in this game. If they're not super far behind, they're gonna start getting the jumps. They're gonna hunt, and then Storm gets to pick and choose who he starts the fight on. So they can kill people before BKBs and all that. So I would favor Mudgolems in the later stages. But Na'Vi, if they're able to get the ball rolling, the Pia and the Leshrac do all the damage needed, so they can run over Mudgolems.
Oh,
so
yeah, I mean...
we'll see.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing from Na'Vi. If, you know, if Iceberg and V-Tune can get, like, their first 2 major items before the Storm and the Spectre have them, there's definitely going to be the chance that these heroes are just going to be able to run them over, and both of these heroes aren't going to get a chance to catch up. You know, sure, we are seeing some great Storm showings, but still very much a volatile hero. You know, wrong move early on in the game can really shake up Boronia's plan for the rest of it. So we'll see how safe and smart he's able to play.
Look at bottom. Immediately, Milan cuts the wave, and he just arrows the range. We're seeing this a lot now. It's just the instantly killing the range creep so that you get your level 2 fast, so you get this advantage in the lane to be able to hit the supports. It's cool. Seeing a team, like everyone doing it now. I saw Secret doing it a bunch of games, and I'm seeing them on the side of Mudgolems. See how mid ends up.
I mean, this lane, it should favor the Lesh on the early stages, right?
It should, yeah.
It's hard to very hard to step up as the Storm.
I feel like Borninga can just farm fine, though. He can just always push the lane in. It's Iceberg can threaten kills always, but Borninga will always farm in comparison. So it should just be a little bit of a farming matchup. We'll just see if Iceberg can do the big play and actually kill Borninga in this matchup.
And then up top, Spectre CM against the Bat and the Clock. I mean, these 2 heroes on Na'Vi, are they going to be able to find opportunities to sort of go for Skeeter in this lane, or is it just really going to be the CM that they'll be looking out for? I mean, how hard is it for them to actually kill this Spectre early on?
I think it should be pretty damn difficult. Like, Skeeter should be able to always just dagger and get himself away. But yeah, Fada, he can play at risk. But the thing about this lane is I've seen a lot of these CMs. You don't go Aura at 2. We'll see if Fada does do that, and you get Bite, and you just go for the kill at level 2. You're actually extremely strong as Crystal Maiden when you do have that instant level 2. Like 280 damage just from your spells. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, we could see that happening. I mean, already, you know, just Skeeter just making sure that he's using his mana to keep General spammed a little low with those early daggers. Roger's going to try and come in with the wraparound. Gets the 2 of them in the cogs. Everybody get in upon them, and Fada taking quite a bit of a hit, but he's able to step out. Cogs will push him back to safety, in fact, as he's fine.
Milan, double courier snipe down bottom. Just playing behind the creep wave. It's going to always want to fly very low. They're actually pretty low on regen down bottom.
What do they have left?
Just the 2 on V2, and he has a ring of regen, so he'll be sustained, but always want to fly. He's now, you know, 33's Thurston. So he's going to be even connect with this here.
The silence hits, but the arrow just off the mark from Milan. So always want to fly will be okay. But yeah, just a minute of play that this Rubik's going to have to be very cautious.
And we see, you know, up top, he did go for the bite immediately when they tried to commit on to that Crystal Maiden. Skeeter, he's getting slowed down a little bit in farm, but it'll be fine. He'll be able to just get pretty much all the last hits. So now we'll watch what Roger does with this time. I think he can set up kills pretty easily on mid. He's going to go for this smoke early on. Let's see if Borninga gets caught off guard on it here, because it's going to be ruined in about 40 seconds. So Roger, at the ready.
Let's see. I mean, if this Storm does step up aggressively, he'll certainly try and weave himself in. And here we go. He's coming in with the wraparound. Boronier. He's starting to step away with that. A little bit of a slow from the lightning, trapped in the cogs. I mean, this is when you hit the Storm hard. Nice move from Roger, coming in early. As they should be able to get away with doing this a few times before that Storm hits the 6, but at the same time, Boronier is going to be even more careful about such moves coming in when he gets back into the action. Bottom lane, always want to fly, does eventually die. I mean, I feel like it was a little inevitable with how low he was sitting around that lane. 33, and Milan able to get in and take him out.
They're doing great down bottom. Vtoon, he's been slowed down a decent amount too. Just like with the Spectre, he's getting slowed down. But 33 is full health, full mana. So, he'll be full mana pretty soon. He'll be able to just continue pressuring this with the CM aura. Blood Red doesn't cost mana, so you always have the mana to be able to spam that. This is going to be a very farm Bloodseeker down here.
I think you're going to have to see what sort of moves Iceberg's able to make when he gets his first item on. He's going to be sort of the core hero to make the ganks and try and burst out the Bloodseeker. As you say, at this stage, against these two heroes, 33 is not going to have any issues down it. He's going to be pretty much full HP all the time.
Vtoon actually can't walk up to get last hits, really. Every time he walks up, a Blood Right gets dropped, and then they go for the arrow. He actually just has to have Doppelganger to be able to reset away from it. So every time it's on cooldown, which is often, he can't get last hits. This is quite a big problem for this safe lane right now. Always want to flash trying to reset the positioning with a pull. So Milan will just arrow the creep away, and then they'll just secure themselves bounties as well.
You can see over towards the mid now. Boromir, now he's hitting the 6. Well, at least he's closing in on it. He's just staying away from the mid lane entirely. Roger is going for the long walk around, knows that he's in the jungle.
But this was a regen rune. Boromir is full HP, full mana.
Yeah.
Even as bounty as well, too. So he'll hit 6 off this Maw Camp.
I mean, even if Roger finds him, there's just not going to be really too much at all he can do. If anything, Boromir might be able to turn and start punching in on the clock.
Yeah.
As Roger will continue to sweep down bottom. Doesn't find the storm, but might be able to use his efforts to try and do something about this bottom lane and see if he can catch 33. As 33 staying in deep.
Still.
Time's going to come in for Roger to head in. Can they actually get on top of him, though? He's trying to close the gap, Roger. But 33 might just be a little too speedy. He's going to have another Blood Ride to lay down. Milan's actually trying to jump in and kill off Always Want to Fly. Milan, he's got the backup of Fada. Still, Roger continuing to chase 33, but now they're low enough that 33 is able to speed up and get out of there. Roger can't close the gap.
Exactly. That's what Milan was actually... I don't think he was thinking he could kill Rubik, but if he gets him low enough, 33 gets move speed, so he's able to run away from clock. That's some nice play there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's exactly what he was doing then. That's some smart stuff.
Yep. Now we're seeing 3 heroes on bottom. So this general is going to be happy because of this. As soon as he's in a 1v1 matchup versus the Spectre, it's very nice for the Bat Rider. He's actually just going to come in onto Skitter immediately up top here.
So he's got the damage for the flame break. The stick charges come out. Skitter off to the side. He's going to be saved here by Boromir. Coming in with a zip. General pops the Fairy Fire. Tries to get another hit onto Skitter, but he's not going to be allowed to. Boromir keeping his carry safe. The Skitter will live. Salved up as well. He's going to be back to full HP, back to farming. And very important. I mean, if there is anyone on RV's side that has the potential to get ahead and start taking control of the game, it is General's Bat. So if Mudgolems are able to react to those moves early on, the game's going to get so much easier for them if they can just keep General under control.
Yeah, huge move, honestly, from Borning. I love that. Being able to counter gank for his Spectre. You have to know that gank is going to come, too. You have to know that the Bat Rider is going to commit because you don't have a support sitting behind the Spectre. And he'll have the TP available again soon. I didn't see actually if he popped the Arcane Rune before or after the TP, but either way, it's going to be up in about 2 seconds, so he'll be able to help out top if they go for another dive play. Iceberg connects the stun onto mid, but Borninge will be able to just zip away.
Still with the 3 pole charges good to go, so he'll be able to set himself in position to constantly be ready and be on the call if they do need help on the side lanes. Bottom lane, of course, that's not going to be necessary. 33 continuing to have no issues with the space that he's finding down it. There's nobody putting a stop to him.
They broke the safe lane. The PL actually has to go start to farm mid, which is not great versus Borendinghe.
This is early as well, especially when it's just level 4 on the PL.
He's so under level. Spectre's level 6 and change.
They are looking for Fada here in the jungle. Roger, he's in onto the CM. Iceberg's trying to step in, but Boromir is zipping around on top of him. Skeeter does get caught out by the stun. He's getting burst low, but the stick charges, and he's fine. Skeeter will live. As they take down Iceberg, Roger will step away. Cogs buying him some safety. There's the mana's not quite enough for Boromir to chase on, but 33 and Milan, they've wrapped around, and they're on top of him. He's stuck in the pit. Roger, he's going to go down too. He's trying to deny himself to Roche. It's not going to happen. 3 dead on Na'Vi.
They might be able to catch him if they can get the slows. It's a bit deep. The arrow.
Oh, that's a fantastic arrow from Milan. And this is speeding up a little bit, right? As we're coming into the 9th minute, 6-2. 2K lead here for Mudgolems. Some very quick moves in response to Na'Vi. And Na'Vi, they're still trying to go. Iceberg, he's straight up top.
Iceberg's far from his team right now.
He wants to fight, but they're all
They're
here.
coming over. Uh-oh.
Iceberg, is he going to live? He's silenced, and he's dead. I mean, what was the... He stepped right up, hid in the trees. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're aware that they were all there, because they did just see them all... I guess he just felt the rest of Na'Vi would be behind him in time, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
I mean, that hurts big time. You just lost Iceberg 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he was the first one to die, so he was the first one to respawn in the fight. He gets there fast, but his teammates, they weren't back up in time yet. Just way too over-aggressive. Mudgolems, perfect response. You know, they had this defensive ward placed down. They see them walking in, and then they just outnumber. They bring all 5 heroes. Na'Vi, not only can they not outnumber there, they're not ready to fight versus 5 heroes. Like you said, PL was level 4. He just had hit level 5 during that entire stuff that was going on. No way that he can look to fight. Already level 6 up onto Milan. Clockwork level 4, same thing for the Rubik. These levels, massive for Mudgolems as well as that gold disparity.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good stuff from Iceberg. Will at least be able to stop Boromir getting his hands on the regen rune. Still, though, Boromir's going to try for the kill. He's in. Onto Iceberg. Father's turning up as well, and Iceberg's going to fall. Another death. I mean, this is painful. He's still third on the net worth, but 3 deaths back-to-back now. And his game is also important, specifically so because the PL had such a tough opening to this. If Iceberg's game starts to get crushed, I mean, they're going to lose a lot of the potential forces that can actually drive them through this match. I mean, anytime, Vog, the team is 4K down at 10 minutes in against the team with the Spectre, it doesn't feel great.
No, it doesn't feel great. And also with a hero like Lesh, this hero is kind of a snowballing hero. If you die a couple times, you become extremely fragile in the game. And I'm looking at the front line for Na'Vi. They don't really have one so much, except for Roger, who he might be able to find Fada here, at least in the jungle. Finally.
There we go. Yeah, he's gonna be able to find the CM or something.
But I'm pretty concerned for Iceberg. Like, there's a lot of just natural burst damage on Mudgolems. The Starstorm, the Remnants, all this dagger, like all these spells. It'll kill him, and he doesn't have a natural frontliner to protect him too well.
And you know what? You know what's really going to kill him? Look at, of course, the item rush from Skeeter. I mean, this is the thing to do, right, when you're against the Lesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is just now the newest, like, you just do this almost every game on the Spectres because you can farm Ancients so nicely with it. But, yeah, versus Lesh, even versus Batrider, you eat them.
Top lane General. They're setting up for it. Boromir is in. There's the Vortex into the arrow. I mean, they're looking good. I mean, you said it. We saw it the other day from Mudgolems. Their moves and the way they play the game has been looking very, very hot right now. And this game so far, it's 12 minutes in, already starting to see signs of just Mudgolems coming in with the outplay.
Yeah, precision. Honestly, precision gaming. 9-3, no mistakes so far. And also, by the way, you said Blade Mail. They have double Blade Mail. 33 also has one. So, being Leshrac and Batrider in this game, you can't control your damage.
Oh, it's horrible.
You're going to kill yourself.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a nightmare for the Lesh. It's a nightmare for the Batrider. What do you do?
They're trying to get some space.
Mail.
Trying to get some space to farm up. They need to have this defusal, it feels like, for them to actually have fighting chances in it. But yeah, Mudgolems already with a pretty explosive start. And doesn't feel like they're going to slow it down much. Again, getting ready to fight. They've got their Haunt. They've got their pretty much everything available. Storm a bit low on mana. But they're going to bring Mirana bottom as she's available to fight with this trio here. These 3 can gank and kill pretty much anyone. As General's showing in the lane.
Approacher upon him. He's trying to dive in deep. Does have Always Want to Fly to lift back 33, but they're still diving in for the Rubik. Always Want to Fly will be able to turn with the stolen ult, but he's burst down. General will manage to kill 33. 33 went in for it, and General's able to just hold him in place with the lasso. So there we have sort of finally for Na'Vi here, a bit of a trade that they'll certainly be happy with. General gets a free kill. That's going to help him get his boss. Pretty much done now.
Should be a pretty decent timing, too. Yeah, not too bad. That 33 literally just ran in and killed himself. That was really strange. I think he was trying to, like, Blade Mail. I think he thought he was lower, but he also got clipped by, like, the Blood Right from the Stolen Rubik, so I think he just didn't expect all that damage. And now we're talking about lots of burst damage on the side of Mudgolems. I think this is an item that you should have in almost 99% of games. Vale is finished up for Milan.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge. He's actually so far 4-0-4 Milan. You know, Danog was talking about on the panel, Milan, you know, specialist on these certain heroes, Shadow Demon Mirana. He's owning right now.
I mean, yeah, General Didn't see him heading there, so right, cancel his TP. He was able to
Radiant's bottom
make it out,
tower
gets back
is
to
under
base.
attack.
Bots
Gets
running
his
their
bots.
way. And how's things looking for Iceberg? Is that his bot's done as well? No, he's got the Yules. He's got the Yules complete. Over in the river. Roger. He's gone in on Vada. And finds the trade between the two. Barney picks up a haste. He's going to be ready to chase down Always Wanna Fly. Vortex into the arrow from Milan. Another kill for the Milan Marana. Now Iceberg, has he got the damage? He's on top of Barney, but in Skeeter goes to this. Blade Mail is just destroying Iceberg. Iceberg goes down. They might find Skeeter. They do. Okay. They do manage to get the big kill on the Spectre. Barney has still got mana to go with. He's in on a V-Tune, but not quite enough to kill the PL. PL will live. General, he's going to clean up. He's able to get the double. That's going to be a whole lot of money in gold for General. He's also got the lasso, locking down 33 into the cogs. General with a big turnaround. 33's trying to dive in onto Roger, see if he can find this clockwork, but 33 is going to get flame broken by General. The kill will give him enough heal to live, but no, the Fade Bolt flies through in time. Lift up as well from Always Wanna Fly. They're going to find Farted as well. General does finally fall, but Na'Vi, I mean, they just team wipe Mudgolems.
They just came out huge on it. Look at General's gold.
General got so much from that. Yeah.
He just got 1,600 gold from that fight.
Yeah. He got an insane... that's
massive.
Great levels as well. I mean, yeah, General's going to be smiling. He's going to be very happy with that bit of play. I mean, yeah, you see sort of what highest level on his team was the PL at 12. He's now bumped up above that. And as you say, he's nearly got the Blink Dagger. Down on the river, down bottom. Boromir continuing to find catches.
He's still very scary. He has a full Orchid finished up as we saw him commit into mid there. So PL, V-Tune, your game is very difficult now. No Manta even on the horizon, really, for him. He's going to be going for the Hood to try to protect versus this magic damage. But all things considered, Mudgolems, it's actually a pretty much a dead even gold exchange. The experience is just the one thing that General does come out ahead on. As General. Ooh.
There's away just in time. Boromir has got a juicy rune down bottom though. Another regen for the Storm. And that time is still ticking, of course, against the late game prowess of Mudgolems, because Skeeter is getting some space down bottom. 2,600 gold into the relic. And obviously
Perfect item build.
Once that relic's done, things are not going to be really sort of playable until Na'Vi probably... I mean, are they going to need to get BKBs on these two cores, do you think, Iceberg and V-Tune? Now, how do you deal with this?
Iceberg, yes. I don't think V-Tune can this game. I think if V-Tune has to go for BKB this game, they lose the game. Yeah, then they lose the game.
Fodder.
Another pick.
Again, he keeps finding these. Boromir's going to try and zip in and see if he can blow up Iceberg. Bloodbright. Nice dodged by the Yules. Milan able to line up the arrow perfectly as he comes down for the Yules, but not enough damage to kill him. They've got the zip. Boromir still mana to play with as he goes in for it. Roger's going for the TP out. He'll make it away. Over to the side. Always Wanna Fly. Will be left behind.
Veins run empty.
Getting the better fights majority of the time here, Mudgolems. PL still farming very well, but like you said, Mudgolems knows what they need to do to itemize versus the PL. So we're going to see these, like, I mean, I don't know if anyone could go Crimson Guard in particular in this game, but we're going to see these items picked up. The Radiance, the Shivas, these type items that just own the illusions. General.
Try for the pick on Fada. Underneath the tower he goes. Get the CMs. General and Roger do continue to just find these picks. And they are getting the kills. But it's just that worrying amount of farm that Skeeter's building up as he's clearing up these stacks that will pretty much give him the relic money.
They're going to try to smoke to catch something.
This will be huge. If they can get the Spectre.
Don't have lasso at the ready, though. They just did use it, but...
They've got the Yule set up. The Skeeter's already headed out. He's just finished with the camp, so just a little too late to turn up to this area. They were so close to being able to find that Spectre.
He TP'd back, actually, to make it faster, so he's healed and ready to fight. It looks like Mudgolems are anticipating this movement. Everyone's set up around the back. Arrow.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And Skeeter will go back out to try to finish up this relic. And V-Tune, Hood is finished now. So at least he's got that to protect versus all this magic damage. And on his way toward Manta. Still a long time till he can get it, but he's starting to surpass the Spectre a decent amount. Still definitely needs to be in a more farmed position, this PL. It feels like there's just going to be so many counters for him.
Yeah, do you think Boromir is going to be fine getting away with this build? The standard Yule's Bloodstone? Or do you think they're You know, when you look at sort of Navi's heroes, do you think there are still enough spells to sort of trip up this storm whilst he's playing without any way to save himself?
I think I'm okay with it because there's too many. There's the BKB piercing disables that just screw you.
Yeah.
Right. Like the Bat Rider and the Clockwork. Let's say you do have a BKB and you die to one of those. You're like, man, this BKB was such a bad purchase. Might need to get it versus PL eventually, but I'm fine with Bloodstone. I think it's really good game for it. As you know, you want to scale. You want to get this big scaling item.
Yeah, and he's only had the 2 deaths so far, Baronier. Still having a great showing on the Storm, 6-2 and 7.
He took the health talent as well too, so he's very tanky. I've actually seen a lot of times when they're gonna go for the Bloodstone, they usually go for the static remnant damage because they're anticipating the super late game with the distance auto remnant, but he just wants to be a little bit tankier in the front. So yeah, we see Mudgolems, they're not trying to force any issue here. Skeeter's pretty much gonna have Radiance done. So they're trying to tell Na'Vi like, hey, you know, come at us. You're kind of in a position where you might be forced to make these moves because of how well Spectre's farming. And they still have their mid tower alive during all of this on Mudgolems too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now it'll finally die.
Na'Vi in with a
Dire's middle tower
further push, they'll take it.
Ooh, in general?
Is he ever getting in on this? He's hunting.
Moonlight Shadow though.
But they found him with the Rupture and the Blade Mail on top of that Firefly, just reflecting so much damage back the way of General. Goes down. Skeeter's going to TP back to the base. Yeah, make sure that he's picked it up complete, ready for the Haunt.
They can fight here at any point. They have 30 seconds if they do see anything. Yeah, Na'Vi knows they're going to play it much more casually, much more defensively. And now, Spectre Radiance is up, and it's versus a Phantom Lancer. So Vtoon, like we said, he's getting all this space to farm, but will he be able to carry the game here versus a Spectre and a Storm? It feels like it's going to be pretty difficult for him.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. This is the point where, you know, they're not going to be feeling too comfortable, Mudgolems, but it's definitely that there's going to be that bit of relief. You know, once that Spectre has the Radiance done, and you know that the game's, well, particularly when the game's still in a position where you know that you do already have the lead, you're going to be feeling pretty cozy, I think, if you're Mudgolems around Skeeter Spectre.
Yeah, almost a pipe as well on 33, so, you know, mostly that magic damage coming from the Lash. He'll be able to protect versus that a lot, too. The 2 Bruisers, though, looking to catch. Roger as well as General, trying to find a target here. The smoke is on Mudgolems. Borninga is kind of baiting here.
Oh. Let's find fodder in the trees. 33. Trying to step in on this. The Haunt's actually going to come out. See, they're going to go for first. Big Zip looking to blow up Iceberg. Straight away, they'll look for the Lash. Iceberg buys a bit of time with the Yules up, but he's been left behind. Iceberg will get taken out, and they chase for anything more. 33's trying. Roger will hold him back with a hook shot on the cogs. Use the Moonlight to go further, and still mana to play with. Baronier with a big Zip all the way over to Roger. Picks up a 3rd kill for the team. With 3 down on Na'Vi. Now starting to see the damage that's done with this Spectre Radiance at good timing. These team fights when Haunt's up are going to feel pretty impossible for Na'Vi to take, as the game getting to that stage where Na'Vi's just got to do a lot whilst Haunt is down, and if it is up, they've got to be jumping the Spectre if they're jumping anyone at all.
It's like what we were mentioning at the beginning of the game, right? With the way that these 2 teams drafted versus each other. Na'Vi, they have the natural initiation just built into their lineup, but that's why they have the Storm Spectre. That's why they went for this type of draft style. So they know if they pop that Haunt, immediately Na'Vi's initiation is broken, and Mudgolems is going to just run them down. Na'Vi has to full bail, it feels like, on those Haunts if they don't get the jump at the same time. It's feeling harder and harder for Vtoon to solo carry this game. Because, like we said, you know, Iceberg, a couple of those deaths in the beginning, it's really done its toll. He's getting close to BKB, but he's so damn fragile. Every single time they're going to focus fire him. Down bottom.
Found General, and General, he's not got any escape. Well, maybe he does. Barney's a little scared. Doesn't actually fully commit for the kill there. Was, I guess just worried that there'd be backup behind him, as Barney still had mana to play with, but takes the safer route and doesn't choose to overcommit. Even though he would have got away with it.
Yeah, doesn't have, you know, we got that bird's eye view. He doesn't see anything.
Of course, yeah, for sure. I mean, they don't just have any sort of vision at the moment in Na'Vi's jungle. It's completely dark.
They only saw Vtoon on the left side. They saw nobody else. And speaking of Vtoon, he does have Manta finished. Level 18 as well, so they're trying to go after this with the timer here. General,
see, they can
Firefly
jump
in. Warning here.
Oh, that would be a good one. They've got him in the lasso, dragging him back into the stun.
Nice.
And take him down. See what more they can find here as Na'Vi's going to try and chase further. Milan pots the Moonlight.
Stolen Moonlight Shadow, actually, too.
Oh, you're right. Now in with the Invis chase. Do they have the detection? Though just as being popped, but Mudgolems are already out of the range.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We've got 50 seconds without the storm, so a good bit of timing for Na'Vi to get some jobs done.
Haunt is available right
Tier
now
2.
for Skeeter if they want to try to commit something.
Structures are fortified.
Just trying to defend the tower as long as possible for here. Yeah, great grab though from Na'Vi. That's what they need to do, like you were talking about before. Try to capitalize as
Jump
much
the
as you
storm
can.
on the Spectre.
Yeah, and during that cooldown of Haunt is when you have to be making those plays. Iceberg. Now they're gonna have to start backing up though. Storm is respawning very soon, and we do have those bounties respawning spawning as he respawns.
Yeah, looks like Na'Vi will be able to just get the two up top. Mudgolems holding onto
top
theirs
tower
down
is
bottom.
under attack.
Slowed them down a decent amount though. They're at like 7k net worth lead. Now they're at the 5k. You know, Navi's move definitely did do a tiny bit of damage there, which they need.
Yeah.
Need time, at least for Vitoon, to try to be able to carry this game. He's gonna go for the Basher, probably go for the Abyssal eventually.
Yeah, you could definitely, you know, this is, you know, Na'Vi is not playing bad. They're still playing well. It's just the nature of the heroes that they have. It's a lot harder for Na'Vi, it feels, this game, but with the draft and the game being in the position that it is.
Yeah,
Na'Vi's still trying their best to get something out of these fights, but they've got to keep it at top form.
Here's the jump. The Haunt is still available too if they see anything else. It's just gonna be a pickoff for now though. And yeah, this all is that big snowball of, you know, because the Leshrac died a couple times. Like if it was Na'Vi with Iceberg a couple more kills, then they'd be the ones maybe a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, I think you're right as well. 'Cause they're not that far behind at the moment. They just it feels that they're further behind because they are against this very farm Spectre. But yeah, you're right. If Iceberg would have been able to have more of a game, a bit better of a start, and maybe it would have been a little closer. But as it is, kills continue being found here by Mudgolems. They sweep across
big
the map.
pickoffs.
Themselves always want to fly as well. Already at 9, 3, and 10.
Those are some huge kills. As now mid tower might be on the docket. Milan also just finished up an Ags, by the way.
Oh,
33.
Try, but
That's a strong 33.
yeah, instantly with the blade mail pop, they don't want to commit any further.
And yeah, dude, Milan has an Agonist, by the way. So he's the same farm as the Bat Rider on the opposing team. And that's more ways to clear illusions with the Veil, too. This Marana, 8, 1, and 11. Milan. Damn. He's always there for the follow-up for Burning here, it seems. As now they're swooping.
Vitoon is still, he's carrying his heart out the best
is.
he can. I mean, look at the farm that this PL has. He hasn't been involved in much action, but Vitoon has been farming exceptionally well.
Oh, Burning here. Can they actually get him
They
here?
have found him, but they got the chain stun. He's getting low. All the batteries off, but he's still able to zip out and pot that Bloodstone heal, and now they'll turn. Iceberg pots the BKB, but he's just going to still die straight through it.
V2 jumps in.
They do have the lasso onto Barney. Can Vitoon clean up? He's moving in, but the Blood Right comes out. They just don't have the damage to kill the Spectre. Finally, they do. The last bit of burst will kill Skeeter, but it's at the cost of 4 of their own lives. It just takes so much to kill the Spectre right now, and of course, with the dispersion and the Blade Mail, so much damage is done during that process of trying to kill him as well.
Always want to fly, still hiding here. The sentry's down.
Oh, they've hit him with the scan.
Oh,
they know he's around.
Know.
They scanned him out. They're going to be able to find him as well. You cannot hide from the Mudgolems.
Damn.
As now it is getting to a pretty severe lead here. 31 to 14, 10k lead.
Look at how much damage V2 takes here, by the way. The Veil with the Ags Marana, when she jumps in, the double Starstorm hits with combo of Blood Right, and watch, just boom. He's just all the way down to 20% HP because of all of it combined.
Yeah, it's just... I know that the drafting from Mudgolems, it just was a little bit more solid, and at this stage, the lineup and Na'Vi, it's very hard to make work.
Yep.
When you're playing it from this position, being this far behind now.
You just really have that one big core, as we saw, like Iceberg. He has BKB and all that. He survives a little bit longer in the fights, but like we said, those stats, they really have taken the toll on him, and it really feels like it's V2 against a triple core lineup that is quite good versus his hero. They're gonna look for this Roche during the Haunt being on cooldown time.
They are not gonna get away with this.
I don't think so either. Daggers are already there to scout.
This
Rogers
is
at 20% HP.
Yeah, he's got to run. He's
They have
got to be
thirst
very
vision.
careful.
They have thirst vision of him already.
Sounds going to be cancelled by the dagger. I mean, I don't think that Roche was ever going to happen.
No. And now
they do not have the damage.
Haunt in 20 seconds now, too. So, also to point out, Spectre also has greater Fairy Fire and level 20 talent. So, you might say 2,400 HP, but he's probably going to get 2 greater Fairy Fire usages off.
Yeah.
If they do ever commit onto him. So, a huge strength here for Mudgolems. As Haunt about to come up, they're going to look to
mid. Warren is going to try and jump straight away. Iceberg will put the BKB. He's able to commit to the stun, but the timing wasn't quite there. He didn't get the timing, so Boromir was still able to zip away. Iceberg goes for the BKB TP out. He'll make it away. So, all things said and done, you know, it's Na'Vi just losing a Rubik, and Haunt was used. So, yeah, when you're playing from behind, you're probably kind of happy with that. The Haunt only got a Rubik kill.
It's pretty huge, honestly. Yeah, they can fight around this Roche, I thought. This might be a little over-aggressive here from Mudgolems. Without Haunt available, Burning is huge, though. He has a regen and 20 Bloodstone check. So, he can do quite a lot here.
Let's see how they can start this. V-Tune. Line-up options, Iceberg. He's heading in with the smoke. He already onto Fada. Fada's getting low. Fada will fall.
Dead.
Zip on the side. He went straight into a lasso. They have the lasso and the stop. Boromir goes down. Navi's been able to get him. They'll turn over to Skeeter. Skeeter's losing his mana. He's trying to run. V-Tune's in with the bashes. Skeeter trying to hold his ground to be a buyback from Boromir in an effort to keep this one in good position for Mudgolems. Iceberg's run down by 33. V-Tune still trying to look for Skeeter. The hook shot's in from Roger. They're pushing back with the cogs. Skeeter's getting low. Can they kill him? They can't. He's able to live. He's still alive. They are struggling to kill this Spectre, but they just can't. As Boromir comes in, saves the day with his buyback. As the fight may not be over quite yet. Iceberg, he's got the BKB back up. He did buy back for this, so he's got to be careful. He's going to try and TP out. They got anything to stop it? They don't. He will be able to protect himself. Good job that he does as well as he did, as I say, buy back for that one. But at the end of it all, despite Na'Vi's best efforts, is still Mudgolems coming out ahead, keeping that lead. And with this Roche, they're only going to grow it even further.
What a huge start of a fight, too, for Na'Vi, right? They insta-kill Fada, they insta-kill Boromir, but then the double-graded Fairy Fires actually save Skitter. He used the first one, it puts him up at like 700, gets the second usage off, literally saves him, puts him back at 500 HP. He survives because of Greater Fairy Fire in that fight, and the buyback, of course, from Boromir to blow up that PL. The one time it feels like Na'Vi might have a hope in this game.
It's just such an uphill struggle for them.
Yeah.
This'll come in handy.
I can't believe the Fairy Fires actually saved them there. Such a good item, actually.
It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of damage, you know, plus 40 damage. It feels amazing.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care about these boring items like Titan Sliver, status resistance, magic resistance. Shut up. I want damage. Well, just base attack damage. Shut up. That's a percentage. I don't work in percentages. I work in flat values, my friend.
Those are just not, like, he literally got 900 health for free during that fight because of it. So it's huge. There's now a 14k gold lead, 25,000 experience lead, and now they're in an extremely comfortable position. Even Dota Plus is a little crazy. 98%. I thought it might be a little bit, given a little more to Na'Vi.
I mean,
98%.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Spectre,
it is the Spectre. It loves the Spectre, and you can't. I don't think Gaben's wrong on that either.
No.
I mean, this game, you do look at this Spectre, and you do kind of feel that it's over.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But Na'Vi definitely coming in with their punches, despite being in a difficult position here in this game.
Yeah, they're still like trying to fight back, and they're still making some of the right moves. It's just Mudgolems is just reading the plays. They're always one step ahead, it feels. They have this ward vision on top to scout the PL around the secret crop shop, and look at this, they're all setting up immediately. They might actually be able to find V-Tune.
See, he's trying to hide in these illusions. Oh, they've got him. V-Tune down, out for 80 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top
That
tower
ward
has
just
fallen.
up on that high ground. Saw him chilling around the area for too long. All of them set up. They have their lanes in a great position to do that at this point here. And using a haunt for PL, always worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
As now
attack.
all of Na'Vi.
He's the one with the money.
Yeah, Na'Vi all has to kind of just be very careful now. Both supports cannot leave the base. As General and Iceberg might get found here. They're stalking. Milan's on the hunt. Oh, he sees the Firefly. He's gonna hunt. The arrow. Will General blink into it?
Oh, that would have been amazing. But
That
he
would've
does.
That would have been pretty dope. But they push them all the way out, so now lanes are going to continue to being forced into the side of Na'Vi, and now they have to just watch their outer towers get taken out, it feels. No PL-25.
No. They're not really too fussed about the state of the bottom lane. Mudgolems, as you know, they've already got the tier 2 there. Just this mid and top. And they want to try and take these towers out with, and Skeeter's bringing in the top lane. He's got the Skadi complete now on Spectre.
Oh boy, they did have, like, that's the one thing Na'Vi had some fortunate things for Leshrac is he had BKB to be able to run away from targets. Now, Rupture plus Skadi, no way that Iceberg's going to be getting out unless he can BTPs.
Yeah, it's just so hard.
So hard.
And with the Skadi's, Skeeter dying is probably not going to happen.
Nope. And he has a sliver too,
point.
so magic resist aplenty as well on top too.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, he's...
Iceberg, gotta put the BKB. His TP's on
Oh,
cooldown
he's
though.
dead.
He hasn't got a TP available for 15 more seconds, and he's not going to get those 15 more seconds. 90 seconds, no Iceberg. Getting closer and closer to probably the point where Mudgolems were able to finish this one up.
And look at this, Milan already, they're swinging for the bounty runes. Catches Roger with the arrow immediately. Will there be follow-up from his team though, as he's now arrowed.
Stolen arrow.
And Roger's, oh, look at him go. He's overclocking.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets him.
And up
Quite able to jump into the pit. Now Fardo's it. See on to the side, Haunt coming out. They're ready to fight. Their Skitter's able to find. Always want to fly here. Moves over straight away. He's going to continue to jump straight back over to mid to join Boronier, killing off General. 4 dead on Na'Vi, 41-17, 18k lead.
They're actually
Gonna
looking
hold
to
on.
hit onto him. Okay, jeez, that was a little bit crazy. 33 really wanted to go for him. But the way that they, so bounty rune spawn and they swing across the map instantly, and that sets them up to get these 4 kills. Sure, it's like the game is pretty over anyway, but it's just the way that they're moving around the map throughout the entire game. That's what it feels like. They're always just one step ahead of Na'Vi. Even if they lose a hero, they get the big favorable trades every time. Have to just watch. Level 25 Spectre.
Oh my goodness.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's definitely worked out very well for Mudgolems. Just another showing of what this team's capable of so far. Well, we have seen them come in this squad of, big names that you will recognize. Coming together, sort of some names that have had a lot of success, some that have maybe not, yet to sort of find a team to propel themselves to the very top of the tiers. And what we're seeing in those opportunities been granted for players like Boronier. So far, the way that he plays around with Mudgolems, it seems to fall into place really well. I think any sort of team where you can pick something like the Storm Spirit and have such a good performance just shows how good the team is at playing together to make sure that there are these amount of opportunities for Boronier to pop off. 14, 4, and 18. He's having a great time this game.
Their Moonlight shadowed right on top of the smoke, and the dust wasn't there. Roger wasn't there in time. Mudgolem's going to reset. They have the vision on the high ground. Yeah, no, I'm very impressed with Mudgolems. I love the way that they opened with. I love the way they drafted in this game too. Like the way they opened the first 2 picks.
What was the
even,
first 2 picks in this game?
It was Marana Spectre because they saw Clockwork, so the Marana never has to worry about Clock, and then Spectre always good versus Rubik because that's the 2 supports lacking damage. Yeah, it's really been like super good planning across the board here, from like in-game play just to like that draft. The way they, I feel like they just outsmarted Na'Vi a bit during the drafting phase too. It's really good to see. As Na'Vi just so far on the back foot now. Vtune, he's trying. Even going for, he's trying to go for the Silver Edge even to try to be the break versus Skeeter, but
I mean, you need it.
Yeah.
At this stage of the game as well against the Spectre, that item is, with the break mechanic, is effectively going to do way more damage than anything else you could buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But still probably not enough damage, even with the Skeeter being broken.
Yep, 4,000 life, 3,700, sorry, on Agi Trends. Yeah, he shouldn't die. And just so much backup as we see Borninge. He hits level 25 as well on top, and he has an Arcane Rune to boot on top of 23 Bloodstone charges.
Well, as soon as I have the old Aghanim Scepter, very nice with the Blood Right. Some excellent setup, and Seeing already that high burst and silence from 33 is quite the issue for these heroes to play against.
Looking forward to seeing all this burst come together. Milan has an Ethereal Blade 2 finished up with his Veil, so yeah. Heroes are going to pop real quick on the side of Na'Vi. And here goes the smoke, as well as Moonlight Shadow. They're hunting Milan. Trying to catch something here. Other important thing is, too, I've been seeing almost everybody on the side of Mudgolems carrying dust, by the way. So people in your pubs, even if you're a core, I saw Boraninga carrying dust still at this point in the game, by the way, over his magic one. So you guys better watch this and learn. You're playing versus Glimmers and stuff, buy dust on cores. And supports.
I can just see the chat now. It's just a whole lot of no's.
Lol.
No.
But look, it's like Milan has dust, Vada has dust, Borning has had dust. I saw Skeeter carrying one earlier. They're like even like every single person had a dust, it felt like at some point in this game for them to make sure that they can focus fire those squishier heroes. Na'Vi trying to get outside here.
See what they can catch. They're under fodder. They do manage to get the lasso as well onto Milan. They track the 2 in. Here's the counterplay though. The Hawk comes out, jump away onto Always Want to Fly. Over towards the Clockwork. Pioneer looks to bring him in. Fodder holding his ground, but the ult does still die. Roger's still alive here. He's not quite fallen. With the bash onto Iceberg, holding him through the BKB as Iceberg is dead and gone for 70. Vincire's trying to hide, but the Vortex drags him in. And just Skeeter able to clean up with no issue whatsoever. His health just does not get low at all in these fights.
This is just such good fighting here from. I mean, at this point it's easy for them, but
yeah,
they're always getting the right target. Like 33, I think I wish I could like go and see how many times he's ruptured Leshrac this game, because I think every cooldown has been used on Iceberg. Iceberg pops BKB, gets ready to charge in to do some damage, and then he's ruptured and can't move in the fight. It's just been like perfect from them across the board.
Well, 33, he's going to be able to hold Roger away from stepping anywhere near the pit. Rupture's out. Roger, he's dead for 90. And they're ready to push in with that Aegis on Boromir. They'll call it. They'll look towards the next game on this one, as this game one does go on for 41 minutes, but a lot of that 41 minutes very much feeling that the game was already in the hands of